Now that we've got our very own Xbox One X Scorpio edition, we're unboxing it piece by piece. But we're not stopping there. No way, this isn't the time to be playing games. Now's the time to continue the unboxing by tearing the Xbox One X apart. Our teardown is also included in this feature, along with basic analyzation of the innards of the beast. Before we go anywhere, take heed: tearing down your Xbox One X is not a good idea. Doing so will void your warranty, any sort of warranty you have, and you stand a good chance of ruining the whole machine. It may look simple here, but it's really, truly not worth the hassle unless you absolutely must make it happen. Either way, Gear takes no responsibility for what you may end up doing. Stay safe. Externals along the back of the Xbox One X: we've got power, HDMI out, HDMI in, USB 3.0 x2, iRoute, SPDIF for digital audio if you wish, and a single Ethernet port. This set of ports is the same as was presented on the Xbox One S, so if you're the sort of person who bought the Xbox One, then the Xbox One S, and now the Xbox One X, you'll have an easier time this time around transferring cords the moment you rip the system out of its packaging. Up front of this Xbox One X is an IR receiver for controls that use infrared. This is much welcomed by those users that still want to use the elder collection of controls instead of Bluetooth or Wi-Fi connections. There's also a physical button for the Blu-ray disc drive. Both of these elements are on the left side of the box or the top, however you end up setting it up. On the other side, right or bottom, you'll find another physical button. This one's a wireless controller pairing button. There's another USB port on this side as well, best for connecting controllers with USB cords or other USB-friendly oddities. Removing the outer casing of this machine is extremely simple. It's just a matter of removing a few screws. One of the two screws on the exterior of the case is covered by a very special sticker which, once removed, voids any sort of warranty the machine came with. This side of the casing slides off and dead hinges pull out, then up and off. Above screw on the back right side with the sticker. Below screw on the back left side, available for all to see. Of note, the vast majority of the screws used in this machine's construction are the same size. Be sure to keep an eye on the very few that aren't exactly the same as the rest, as their seemingly insignificant differences are actually vital to the construction of the machine. All of the screws that I needed to remove to gain access to the replaceable parts shown in this article had the same size T9 Torx cages. Once the external couple of casing parts are removed, a pair of metal cages contain the internal parts. The part that's made to be removed first is quite obviously custom fitted to this machine, and has in it an array of honeycomb-shaped grills. The fine mesh work here is, sadly, nearly entirely hidden by the casing around it, but we can appreciate the fine engineering here and now. Power supply, fan, airflow. This machine has an internal power supply, meaning you're not using the same hunk power cord provided with the original Xbox One X. This power supply is 240 W strong, and this piece of the Xbox One X puzzle takes up a little less than 14 of the inside of the case. This power supply connects with the fan through a system of plastic which also runs over the heatsink mentioned above. Much air, so cool, such flow. A 120mm fan takes up a large portion of the inside of the case of the Xbox One X. This amalgamation of plastic and metal covers part of the heatsink, which we'll talk about in a moment. Another 1/14 of the internal space here is taken up by the Blu-ray disc drive. Super simple, nothing to it, really. Of note, you'll need to be extra careful in removing these parts, as their exact arrangement is vital to the cooling in the console. Don't go fooling around in the following open area in the power supply, for example like the Xbox One and the Xbox One S. The Xbox One X has a system that detects rising heat within the console. When it detects the heat rising too quick, it shuts down to prevent permanent damage. If the cooling system is taken apart and put together wrong, this detection system will start going off far more often than any Xbox One X user would like. Hard drive. In the front corner of this machine we've got a single Seagate 1TB hard drive. This corner of the Xbox One X contains a suspension system, which allows for vibrations. The hard drive's tiny wiggling won't affect any other important component as a result. The image above, which shows 4 orange triangles, points out the near hidden screws below the hard drive which must be removed in order to switch to any other unit. As with this entire teardown, we do not recommend you do this until other hard drives can be tested and found to be workable. Keep an eye out. SoC vapor chamber cooler. Also inside we've got the Scorpio engine, the SoC, the brains of the operation, both the CPU and the GPU. Inside this piece of hardware is AMD Polaris processing power and a rather nicely constructed piece of hardware. This engine sits at the heart of the machine's circuit board, surrounded by a whole busload of GDDR5 memory. All of this is hidden below the cooler. At this point I'd like to mention how exceedingly neatly organized this system is. Like any good high-end computer, this Xbox One X is decidedly clean and arranged especially nicely inside. Parts are labeled, cords are only as long as they need to be, and there's barely any adhesive used throughout. It's hardcore. Almost as if Microsoft intended for it to be opened up and looked upon in awe. I should mention that the average user should never need to remove the cooler, the copper hunk you see here. In fact, don't ever remove this piece of hardware, because nothing below it will ever be able to be replaced by you, the end user, anyway. If you have the urge to look at the SoC, stop yourself. It's not worth the risk of wrecking the whole machine. Same goes for the gooey bits down below. Just don't do it. This copper piece is what keeps the Xbox One X's SoC cool, the vapor chamber cooler. While Microsoft said the words liquid-cooled in their first presentation of this device, this cooler is not necessarily tech that should be presented as such. Liquid-cooled is a term better reserved for a more massive liquid-based tube system with a pump. Here, with this vapor chamber cooler, we've got something far closer to a traditional heatsink. This vapor chamber cooler contains a reservoir full of liquid coolant which, when heated by the SoC, vaporizes and travels up and away from the head source. The liquid condenses in areas that are cooler than the area where they were vaporized, they dissipate their heat, and they return to the coolant reservoir. Heatsink fins at the top of this contraption allow further dissipation of heat, making this system better at sapping away heat than those that came before it. Bonus: as you may have seen in the recent past, this Xbox One X has on its main circuit board a super cute illustration of Master Chief riding on a scorpion. It's etched in there really nicely, and most people won't ever get to see it in real life. Just thinking about that little Master Chief commanding the innards of this Xbox One X from atop his mighty steed warms my heart. There he shall remain forevermore. Our full review. We've got the console, now comes the review. Stick around for our full review of this next-gen monster of a gaming machine as soon as we've collected all the experience we need. And be sure to ask questions if you've got anything you'd like to know, especially if it's something quite unique.